Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I had quite a tiring week, but I ended it on a good note because I got to see my dad today, which was very nice. I'm very grateful. But these next few weeks are going to be very tiring from what I can predict. And so I've really been trying to prioritize my self-care and self-compassion and self-love, and it's been a battle, it's been a journey for sure, but I know it's the most important thing, and that it's worth the extra time that I can find. It's worth waking up like 30 minutes earlier than I usually do to meditate and journal and do my tarot readings for myself and all that stuff, because I know that that's what energizes me. I know that's what grounds me ultimately and keeps me in this, I don't know, like energy of peace. And so I need to commit to doing that for myself every day, and I have been. And not only committing to doing it, but also being mindful about it and not just going through the motions when I'm doing it, but really being present with myself in every moment, and loving on myself when I can, and being there for myself, because this is the most important time to do it. It's so easy to love yourself when you have all the time in the world, and not to say that that's not valuable. I mean, that's the dream, to have all the time in the world to love on yourself. But when you don't have that, it really puts it to the test, but it only strengthens it. So honestly, it's a gift, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Everything is a lesson, and I very much clearly see the lesson in what my life is right now. And I'm going to get through it. I'm going to overcome it, and I'm going to be stronger and more knowledgeable and more compassionate and loving, and that's all you could ask for, right? I read a really powerful quote today in this book I'm reading. It's called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, a fable about fulfilling your dreams and reaching your destiny. It's by Robin S. Sharma. I got it from Barnes & Noble, which is my favorite place on earth. I read this quote and it really stuck with me. Let me just find it. I marked it in here. So basically, he says, "My friend, saying that you don't have time to improve your thoughts in your life is like saying you don't have time to stop for gas because you are too busy driving. Eventually, it will catch up with you." And I really feel like that metaphor makes it so clear, because I think about other people in my life, and the busy schedule that we have, and it's so easy to not make the time for yourself, to not do the things that you love, and just be so exhausted that you don't want to do anything with your free time but just sit and rot. And that's so easy to do, but then you're not really living, are you? You have to do the things that energize you, that make you feel like yourself, in order to be yourself. And if you deny your feelings, if you deny your needs and the things that you want, if you deny that to yourself, then it's gonna catch up with you, just as the quote said. Like, you're not gonna lead a fulfilled life, or I don't know. There's always gonna be not enough time to do the things that you need to do, so there's always there's always gonna be an excuse. So just, stop making the excuses. Just do it. Love on yourself like you deserve to. There's this misconception that loving yourself means that you're like making out with yourself in the mirror, like you become a narcissist, or you become so self-centered. But it's completely the opposite. I feel like the more that you love yourself, the more that you can selflessly love others. Like, you can't pour from an empty cup, And the people that try to do that aren't real people who, I don't know, feel fulfilled by helping others. It's more of an obligation. Those are people pleasers. There's a huge difference in people who help others because they enjoy it, because it fulfills them, and people pleasers. It's a very, very thin line, but it's very apparent. Because if you're a people pleaser, at one point, you're going to run out. You're going to get tired of it. You're going to ultimately resent the people that you've helped out of pressure or obligation, or, I don't know, something that's not pure, something that's not love. You're ultimately going to resent these people. But when you love yourself and truly accept and forgive and have compassion for yourself, there's no bottom to the endless pit of love that you can give. It's all inward, and I've said this before, but the more you can love yourself, the more you can love others. The more you can forgive yourself, the more you can forgive others, the more you can show compassion. It's always reflected in the outer world. And the greatest gift is to love others and to give to others. People think that the greatest gift is to be loved and to be worshipped and to have everyone want to give you things. But it's actually the opposite, The real gift is to be able to love others unconditionally, even if it's never given back. That reminds me, I had this revelation. I always gravitate towards these certain characters that experience unrequited love. Like, if you know Eponine in Les Mis, that's one of my ultimate dream roles. And I noticed this pattern, and I'm like, am I messed up in the head? Do I want to not be loved back by someone? But that's not the truth. The truth is that there's beauty in this story of unrequited love, because even though Eponine isn't getting anything back from Marius, she still loves him and would do anything for him and literally dies for him. And I just think that is so profound. And obviously this is not me being like, oh, I want people who don't love me and I want people who treat me like shit. That has never been me. And if you know me, that's never been me ever. But to love someone no matter what they give you, even if they don't love you back, that is the ultimate form of love. And obviously the ideal form is that it's reciprocated, of course, but in these stories it's usually not. But yeah, that's the ultimate gift. I don't know how I got there. I was talking about self-love. Yeah, and I don't know. The only way to healthily love people and not make it conditional and not make it transactional is if you love yourself. You gotta, because at the end of the day, I can be rejected a million times, I can be wronged a million times, but when I come back home to my room, I still have myself, and I still love myself, and I still care for myself. There's always going to be someone there for me, even if everyone in my life who cares about me just leaves me and is gone. There's always going to be me. As long as you have yourself, you have someone, and it's very beautiful. A lot of people see it as lonely too, and it can be lonely, and it can be seen as that because I don't believe that we're meant to only love ourselves our entire lives. Of course we need each other, of course we need to love each other, but it's really that compassion you need to have, not beating yourself up for being a human, not, I don't know, just treating yourself horribly for feeling things, for doing things that are human, for making mistakes. You have to keep that compassion for yourself. You have to. You're the only one who's going to be with you your entire life. Might as well, make it an enjoyable experience, Would you want to live with the roommate who's constantly telling you that you're not enough, or constantly saying you're ugly and this isn't that, just constantly tearing you down? No, you would never want to be around people like that. People who verbally abuse you. So it's why would you do that to yourself in your mind, It's really a sad thought to think that, people cannot see love in themselves, because everyone has it in them. I see it in everyone, and it's fucking beautiful, and I was only able to see that when I saw it in myself, looking in the mirror and seeing the love that exists within me. And now I see it everywhere. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I just hope that you can find the time and find the energy to focus on yourself and love on yourself. And a lot of people don't know how to do that because they don't know themselves, That's the first step, is trying things out, know what works for you. Like I said, I know I need to get up extra early in the morning and do my meditation because I love that. I love how it makes me feel, and it makes the day infinitely better, When I say do things that you love, I don't mean rot in bed and, do things that will make you feel worse after or less energized, Go to your favorite coffee shop, have a little coffee with yourself, or if you don't drink coffee, have a little tea with yourself. Talk to yourself is a incredible way to get to know yourself more and to love yourself more. I love talking to myself, whether it be in a journal or just out loud. All this stuff is free, and we need to do it. Move your body. Just make yourself feel good. That's all we can do right now, is find little moments to come back to ourselves. We spend so much time pouring our energy into other people and making sure other people are okay, and also worrying about what other people are thinking about us, but We never worry if we are okay. We never worry what we think about ourselves. And that is where you have to start. that is, oh my God, it's the most important thing. You know, we have a limited amount of energy each day, and thoughts are things, you know, thoughts are entities. They're very powerful because thoughts, repeated thoughts turn into feelings, and those turn into actions, and those turns into your life, you know. Make sure you're consciously thinking, and consciously thinking, that sounds so, what's the word, like redundant, but you know what I mean. Consciously watch your thoughts, and, you know, don't feed the bad ones. I've talked about a lot of things in this video, but the underlying theme is bring it back to yourself. Love yourself and be kind to yourself so that you can love and be kind to others. You know, because the greatest feeling in the world is giving to other people, and you know, you want to keep giving until you can't, and the way to just keep giving is to just keep giving to yourself, you know. And I'm not saying like to not accept anything from other people, you know. You need other people to feed you too, but that'll fall into place once you start giving it to yourself. I hope I'm making sense right now. It makes a lot of sense to me, but you never know. I think that's all. Thank you for listening once again, and leave a comment if you want, or leave a like. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week.